Hello, I'm CalmCal, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to look at the RG300 and how to update the firmware within it, and also how to add other emulators and how to attach these emulators to the ROM sets that you've got. So you can install great bits of software just like this. This is from the Open Board project, which is the Streets of Rage remake. I did have quite a few problems updating software, but I figured it out, and don't forget to watch to the end, because if you've got the same device as me, this particular version, then I have found an image that suits this perfectly with less hassle. What we need to remember is to keep the original firmware safe. So there are two SD cards within the RG300. I'll show you in a little while how to access both of them, but just remember to use a new micro SD card. The one that comes with it is 16 gigabytes, so buy another 16 gigabyte card. I've actually bought two SanDisk Ultra 16 gigabyte cards as shown here. They are class 10 and they do work with this. I didn't think they did, but that's because I had a few problems making this video. As said before, I make the mistake so you don't have to. There might be a little bit of issues with compatibility with the software, so just make sure that you do use a separate new micro SD card. And the most important thing is find out which version of the RG300 that you have. This is the one that I bought off Amazon. It should be an IPS screen, 960 by 480, but if you go to my previous unboxing video, you'll see the boxing itself actually states that it is a 3-inch screen, 320 by 480, so maybe I haven't been sent the correct version. Stating that though, it says 2019, and if I go back to, this is one of the first versions of the video that I made, you can see here that it does say RG300 version 1.3. It does say 2019. And if you have got this version, as stated previous, I found a different image that is very compatible with this version of the RG300. So keep watching to the end. So as stated previously, there are two SD cards within the RG300. There's one here in the side of the device itself, and also there is one underneath the battery. So you can just tap the battery out, or you can put your thumb in where the gap is at the bottom. This internal one contains the firmware which we are going to update. The card itself is held in with a sticker, so you will need to screw across this before you can release it. So if you turn the device to the side, you can see there is a little lip. You can just guide it out with your nail, just pull it towards you, and then be careful not to drop it inside the device. And it will just come out, and then the new one will just slide in. These are the SanDisk Ultras that I've purchased. These are £5 off Amazon. They are class 10, so make sure you do buy a class 10 version of a micro SD card. So once you've discovered which version of the RG300 you have, you just need to go to this page here. It is on the GitHub. I'll leave a link in the description for this. And what you have is Retro FW version 2. And this is compatible with the retro game devices and also the LDK devices. So we have an installation guide here. And there are various different versions of the software, so you can press here to find out all the different versions. And if you've got any questions, you can join the Discord here as well. So in this page here, you have got all the IPKs. These are all the applications that you can install and all the different tools that you can install. And here is a list of all the different emulators that you can install as well. And also there's some games that run independently, and you can just download these same way as you do these. If you actually hover on them and click on them, they will automatically download to your downloads folder. So if we just right click on here and open this in a new tab, we'll have a look at the different releases. So just make sure that you have got the correct firmware image for your device, and it does give clear indication here of which version of software that you need. It goes from 1A up until I think it's 5B. So here are all the different devices. This is the version I thought I needed because I've got a Retro Game 300 IPS, so I thought it's type 5B. And this is where my beginnings of problems happened, because I've been trying to install type 5B on this SanDisk Ultra SD card, and all I got was a white screen. So I thought there was something wrong with the micro SD card. So I actually purchased some identical Toshiba 16GB cards, which the original software is on, and it didn't work on that either. So I thought maybe I've got a different version of the RG300. And it does state, try the model that you've got and then work your way backwards. So you've got different versions of software. So we've got 5B, obviously you've got 4B, 3B, and so on and so on. And these are all the download links. So I started with 5B, that didn't work. Then I went to 4B, that didn't work. And I think eventually I went down to 3B. And 3B links to just the normal Retro Game 300. And this is where the suspicion starts with, have I actually got the right device or not? Right, so to download the software itself, just left click on it and it will appear as a download and appear in your downloads folder. I have downloaded this file as well, and also this file as well. As stated before, these are all the different emulators that you can download and all the different game packs and stuff, which was on the previous page that we went to. But I can go back to this, opening a new tab, and it will take you right back to the first page where you've got all the download options here. Downloading these software is fairly simple. Putting them onto your device is a different story. What I did was install them on the other SD card, created a different folder called software, and then popped all of these ones that I wanted to download and install into that folder on the other SD card. I suggest you make a backup of the other SD card, the one that's got all the ROMs on. When I purchased my RG300, it did come with the second SD card, a 32GB card, which had all different ROMs on. I have made a backup of this because I used it in my game Kiddy. You can also go to the retrogame300.com page, and it shows you tips on how to install, and there are links to the custom firmware, which isn't found. And doesn't do anything. But it has got decent links to a version of software that you will need, which is Minitool Partition Wizard. It's a free edition, so when you select it, make sure you select the free edition, and there's a link there. I will put a link in the description for these as well. But you've got Win32 link here, and also Balena Etcher link here. But these two links for the software download do not work. So now that you've found out what version you've got and you've found and downloaded a compatible image, what we need to do is transfer the image to your SD card using Balena Etcher or Win32 Disk Imager. So when you have the desired image, it will appear in your downloads folder. So all you need to do is right click on here and then use 7-zip and extract here, and what it will do, it will generate a TMP file, and this is where your image file is. So all you need to do then is boot up Balena Etcher and then select the image and find the TMP file and then find the image file, double click on there, select the USB drive and then select flash. Right, so that is complete, so we just close this now and then we get this error message saying to format the disk, but we're just going to press cancel on here and cancel on here again, and then what we're going to do is load up Minitool Partition Wizard, and what we want to do is launch application, scroll through to find this one. This is the USB drive. So we've got a small part here, and what we want to do is use the whole of the SD card. So what we're going to do is select extend, and then we've got a little bar here that we can use all the way to the top and use the whole of the SD card. So select OK on there, that's what it's going to leave us with, and then what we're going to do is select apply, and then yes. That's okay. Let's use, it's got all of this there. So we just close this one, we'll go to general and then exit. And then what we're going to do is just pop this into our RG300, let it boot up. So once you've installed the new firmware, use your other SD card, plug it into your computer, make a new directory called software, that's what I did. And then all the emulators and extra bits of software I copied across to the other SD card into this software directory, and then I plugged it back into my RG300, and then I could find it and install it from there. So just turning the device on for the first time. Here's the screen just advising you that it just needs to expand or use the whole of the SD card, which if you haven't used the mini partition wizard, it should do automatically. I've just found it easier to actually extend the partition first because people were having issues with that. So just going through a reboot sequence while it's evaluating the size of the SD card and expanding, which I may just fast forward on here to save you having to wait. So here's the image itself. You can see here there are no applications or any different emulators installed. This is just the bare bones of the software. So what we need to do is use File Explorer and find what we've installed on the ROM SD card. So I'm just locating it now. It's in the software folder. What I'll do is just put these two patches in first. So I'll try this one first of all. All you do is just select it with A and it automatically happens. Go back into File Explorer, find the other SD card, which is the media ones, and that one there. Software again. All I'll do is just install one of these OPKs, and that's how quick it happens. Just select it with A and it's already installed. I'll just find the other patch. Can't remember the name of it though. What we'll do is install another emulator as well in a second, but I just want to do these patches first. What is the name of it? Oh, it's called patch. Right, so I'm just going to select it with A here, and that's done. And I think it's just going to, yeah, it's going to go through a reboot sequence again. while it installs. Okay, so go back into File Explorer. We'll install another emulator just to show you. Back in the media. This is the name of the SD card. Software again. Which one should we install? Yeah, we'll do this. So we'll link the CPS1 files to show how to do that while we've got it. So back in File Explorer, load the emulator and then tell it where the actual ROMs are. So the ROMs are on the external, well, the other SD card, so we'll select that, select the ROM folders, and then select CPS1, and there's all your ROMs for CPS1. So we're just loading a game. Should we pick this one, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs? Why not? Put some credits in. Let's be this dude. Right, so it does already seem to be running a little bit faster. Let's see. Yeah, it does. This is running a bit faster than the previous version of software that we had. I'll tell that straight away. Right, so I'll just come out of here and just show you another game. Exit on here. Which one should we do? Should we do Old Faithful? Yeah, Final Fight. So this is the arcade version, not the version that you saw at the beginning of the video. Okay, so yeah, this is running. Yeah, this is running really fast as well. Look at them punches, speed punches. So they go off the edge of the screen like the old, yeah. Right, so I'm just going to come out of here in a second. What I'm going to do is show you, if you've got this same device of what I've got, an image that I've found whilst trying to sort all this problem out with installing software. I've come across an image that's particular just for this device itself. So I'm just going to select exit on here and show you this other site. So on my quest to find the firmware to update for the RG300, I came across this website, Wagners Tech Talk, and on here you'll find guides to install software. There's tutorials here, and it was through this that I actually found some software to help me out with my RG300 upgrade. So I've just clicked on here, and if you scroll down, helpful resources here, look, you've got RG350 downloads here, and it's uncanny because somebody was messaging me today regarding the RG350, and for this other person that was messaging me, this is ideal site for you. You've got Discord channel here, but I'm just going to go to here, the RG350 downloads, and it opens up a different page, and here there's all firmware for the RG350 and also for the RG300. The one that I use, I'm just going to use this parent directory here. It says here for the 1.2. So I'm just going to click on here, and this is the one that I use, the RG300 version 2, and this is the file that I used and installed on my system. And here it is booting up right now. Majority of the emulators are already installed and it works perfectly well. The increase in performance, I don't know whether it's to do with this SD card that I'm using, because it should be a little bit faster. You would notice this read and write times a little bit quicker on a PC. I'm not sure on this device, but it does seem to be running a little bit faster. Whether that's something to do with the software update, which I'm assuming it is, plus with the other SD card, that might be a contributing factor. I'm not entirely sure. Here you can see me playing Streets of Rage the remake. It does stutter a little bit with this RG300. I will install it later on with my game Kiddy, and I'm sure it will run fine on that one. If you haven't already seen it, go check out the game Kiddy video. Links will be in the description, along with links for Wagners Tech Talk. He also has a YouTube channel with lots of review videos and tutorials too. I've watched a few of his videos now, and they are good, so thank you, Wagner. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join me on Facebook too. The more subs and interest I get, the more that keeps me going along. Well, the next couple of videos are going to be on PC. I need to update my son's computer. He's got a SD card which is M.2 format, and because he's filled his SD card up, I need to upgrade it to a larger size. And I've bought an NVMe drive, which will be a little bit faster for him. There's also going to be some more updates in the future with this computer, which is part of the budget build series. If you haven't seen those, have a look at the videos on my channel. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, join in. If you have any suggestions or helpful tips, put them in the comments. Let's help each other out. My name is Cal. Have a good morning, afternoon or good evening. Farewell till next time, and I will see you later.